Cadasio Analytics enables you to view project engagement and gain insight into how users are accessing your presentations. Metrics are available for all published projects, and we can filter by name, date range, or tag. We'll look at this in more detail shortly. First, let's take a look at the metrics available. The first section is an overview, which includes total views, which is how many times your project has been opened, average engagement time, which is the average time a viewer spends on your projects, and average rating, which is determined by feedback that has been submitted. The next section shows a list of all your published projects, breaking down the average stats for each one. By default, this is ordered by total views, but you can change the order by clicking the headings. Use the pagination controls at the bottom to change how many projects are visible and which page of the table you are viewing. The next section is a graphical representation of the total views of your projects. This is great to understand if there are any trends when projects are being viewed within a specific time period. The interactive map displays where users are located when viewing your projects. If you hover over a specific country, you can see its information. Next to the interactive map is a list breaking down each country and its weighting. You can then see the percentage of the projects that have been completed. By default, we class any project where the viewer progressed through 80% or more as completed. However, you can change this tolerance using the slider. This will dynamically update not only the pie chart, but also the completed values in the projects table. It's also worth noting that hovering over the sections of the pie chart displays the project count. A list of the operating systems used when opening the projects is next, and then a breakdown of the different devices, which is really useful as it can help you determine how much time to spend adjusting your projects for different screen sizes. Finally, you'll see a table of any feedback that's been collected. So that's a rundown of the different metrics. By default, you'll be looking at the stats for all your published projects within the last 6 months. However, you can filter this data to get more insights. To change the date range, use the drop-down and either pick one of the default ranges or choose a custom range. You can see here, I'm looking at just the last few days. You can also filter to only show projects with specific tags. If you're unfamiliar with project tags, check out our separate video. To remove individual filters, use the cross next to the graphical pill or choose Clear. If you want to filter to just show particular projects, this can be achieved in several ways. Firstly, you can search using the autocomplete. Start typing and the list will filter out, allowing you to choose your desired project, and several projects can be filtered at once. Remember that you'll only see projects that have been published. To delete a project from the filter list, simply press the cross next to its name. Another way of filtering projects is by using the table. Use the checkboxes next to a project name and then click the filter icon at the bottom. Both these methods achieve the same result. When you apply a filter, all the metrics on the page will update to just provide analytics for the filtered data. If you've filtered using 5 or less projects, the total views graph can be toggled between showing a single line combining all projects or individual lines representing each one. If you have a single project selected and scroll further down the page, you'll notice that a new area has appeared, breaking down the individual steps of the project. This is really useful as you can get an understanding on where people are spending the most time when progressing through your presentation. To get a rating or gather comments from your projects, you'll need to enable feedback. The most common way of doing this is within the designer using a step pop-up. If you go to the Steps Manager and edit the Steps settings, you can choose to display the feedback as a step pop-up. Like all pop-ups, this can show when entering or exiting a step. With that in place, when viewing the project, the user will then see a simple form where they can give a rating and add additional comments. Another way of showing the feedback form is by putting a link within the overlay. This way, you can have a link available for the viewer at all times, which they can then bring up when they choose. When you have ratings enabled, the metrics will appear within the analytics area once a viewer completes the form. Great, I hope you found this quick tip video useful. Remember to subscribe to Cadasio on all your favourite social platforms for more tech tips and news.